So here's why most people never access their true potential. You don't lack potential, you lack alignment. So, and here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Most people will go their entire lives misaligned and then blame the world, so God, their past, their circumstances, for a life they never actually took control of. So we've been conditioned to believe that something that sounds good but keeps people stuck. So if I just work harder, I'll eventually break through. But that's a lie, because effort without alignment, it doesn't produce success. It produces frustration, burnout, and confusion. And deep down, most people know this. They just don't want to admit it most of the time. So I used to think success came from effort, grinding, hustling, pushing harder than everybody else. And I did that, but I kept running into the same wall that most of you probably running into, the same patterns, same setbacks, same cycles, just continuing to repeat themselves. Different situations, but the same outcome. And that's when I had to ask myself a question most people are afraid to ask. What if the problem isn't out there? What if it's me? Not in a negative way, but in a pattern way. And that's when I started studying deeper systems of thought. This is something most people aren't really ready to hear. Your life is not random. It's patterned. Life is a continuum, not just a one-time event. Every thought, every action and intention creates future conditions. Now, whether you take that literally or not, the implications is powerful. If patterns repeat across lifetimes, they definitely repeat within this one. If you don't change the pattern, you don't change the outcome. So here's the truth. Most people are afraid to say, you're not stuck. You're misaligned and repeating it. Same mindset, same beliefs, same behaviors, just dressed up different. Different situations. That's not bad luck. That's a loop. So this is what I call the law of alignment. When your thoughts, beliefs, and actions align your power multiplies. But when they don't, you create internal resistance. And that resistance shows up as procrastination, confusion, inconsistency, self-sabotage. So here's the real work. Pay attention. Ask yourself this every day. What do I believe? What am I thinking? What am I doing? Now, here's the uncomfortable part. If those three don't match, you're blocking your own potential. Let me give you a simple example. You say, I want success. I want to be successful, but you believe people like me don't really make it. People like me don't really make it. And your actions show inconsistency, hesitation, fear. That's misalignment. That's the misalignment that I'm talking about. So what happens, you don't fail because you lack ability. You fail because your system is working against itself. That's why you fail. This is why some people feel like, I've been here before. That's, you ever heard people say that? Because you have, at least in pattern, whether you believe in reincarnation or not. The pattern is real. And until it's interrupted, it repeats. So the question is not, do you have potential? You do. You have potential. The real question is, are you aligned enough to access it? That's the real question, because potential without alignment, it's just unused capacity. Inside my book, Extraordinary You, I break down how to align your internal world.